Come on, Laurie.
I feel good. I feel looser. I feel more in touch with some of those vertebrae. And I feel a little lightheaded.
Great. Lightheaded for you is very good. Laurie's a heavy. Laurie is definitely a heavy. She's from Staten Island.
Give away all my secrets. Good. So good. And thank you, Artie.
What came crystal clear for me is if I try to intellectually digest all of that and think about it as I'm trying to do it, it gets really complicated. But if I just let it go and just start to move and feel it, then it works. Then it's, you said it's like dancing, and it feels like a dance. And then I start getting all tingly, and that's pretty cool. I'm still in that place where I was earlier, which is a good thing for me, which is recognizing the gift of those around us to help us see ourselves more clearly. It's just lovely, So, yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's very nice. So now I'm all tingly again.
You've shared in the most extraordinary way, like probably no one I've ever spoke to, this incredible holographic, holistic vision of almost wings that would be on my back to lift me through life and to soar me through life. That really represents the core and the essence of what I want to do in this world.
Holograph was a nice image to kind of plug into the equation that all of this is, because you are processing a lot, and as much as there's thoughtless kind of awareness is thoughtful. You have to be. If you're paying attention to the little things, and that's the way that learning goes. But I think that what was really nice today was, I don't know, maybe it was just towards the end, I guess I got a visual of ourselves constantly changing. So our bodies physically turning and, growing in every second, because we do. And I think that that's energy in a way that becomes personal enough to work with it and to feel it with motion.
I definitely feel what people have talked about as like the tingly sensation. Kind of like all of the movements we've been doing are kind of like rising out of me, which is interesting. I also feel like maybe doing it in a group and like having everybody's collective energy bouncing around or in some way. But I feel like the movements come so much more naturally. Maybe that's just practice. But yeah, I think that that's something I can take with me from this. More than previously, I think that I feel really comfortable doing that.
I find that I'm resisting less, but when I think about doing it correctly, I start feeling really, really stiff, right? And I start pulling back, and I just learn to just block it out and let go. And I feel myself like easing into it, not looking at what the other people are doing, and just being with myself, which is something that, I have to learn to do. And it comes more naturally when I do that.
Well, basically, even though I'm still awkward at doing my movements, I think that I'm getting better. Finally, I was able to catch that I did not have to do like a very, very perceptible movement in order for the energy to actually grow and move. which says a lot about life, basically. We don't have to do a lot to produce results. And on the other hand, I realized also that if I do the movements more and I exaggerate it, then I was more able to actually see feel the figure eight that I was doing with different other parts of my body. And that helped a lot.
That's wonderful.
And I really want to thank you. I think that it's really a good workshop. Thank you very much.
I have some severe tightness in my hips. Some of this is connected to some like nerve that's exposed here and patterns of movement that are long ingrained from all this. And I notice when I do, because sometimes I do not the whole spiel that he said. This is the first time I've sat through that whole thing. But you know, if I just do some of these movements and try to think, and it loosens everything up and it helps everything. So you know, I've seen a physical positive from this. And an energetic positive. I mean, I've been sold, it took a long time to sell me on it, but I've been sold on the connection of movement and body and, you know, mentality and all those things. And I mean, I've had that in mind like I said, I've gone through like body transformation, so it's very much on my mind. So it's like, it seems helpful.
What makes this truly extraordinary and unique is your perspective and how unbelievably deep. I really call you the break it down master, because you really break it down. I mean, the break it down master. And having this awareness and and exposure to your deep knowledge, I think really empowers this. Not that I'll get everything you said in terms of if I was to repeat it back, but I'm getting it. And I appreciate it. Appreciate your incredible research and life experience around it and dedication. It's very special.